Hi, this is Brett with the support team at STRAC. Just wanted to reach out to you about the new NERIS form that is taking shape as we speak. Now, the factors that we're using to build out this new form come from a couple different places. First of all, NERIS. NERIS is still putting in the things that it wants us to be able to create and to collect for them. ImageTrend is working with the NERIS information that's put out up to date as quick as they can. And then your support team at STRAC, we're also building out this form with the committee that's comprised of our fire agencies that plan on using this form. I'm going to quickly go over what we have now, and we want to invite you to go into your demo agency to practice with this form. And again, just a reminder, it will change a little bit before we step into it January 1st. Just wanted to give you that update so that way you can start to look at it and get more familiar with it. Now, some of the changes that you're going to find in this compared to the NFIRS form that we've been doing for years is NERIS has decided to do away with the codes that we've used in the past, meaning they're going to have phrases for the different things that we're looking to do. So I'm showing you in our demo agency, which you can see here, and I want to go ahead and create that new form. So I'm doing it from our incidents page, and I'm simply just going to drop down and come over to where it says create new NERIS fire. Now this is our test only, but this is the most up-to-date one that we have. And also we will keep updating them and pass out those updates as we start to step into this program and as NERIS sends out those updates moving into the future. So let's go ahead and open one up and see what it looks like. So as you can see, as we just stepped into it, we do have a warning tab that we've put in there just to let everybody know that this one is used for testing purposes. So let's go ahead and talk about the setup of it and what it looks like. It should be very familiar, the layout, to what we had in the NFIRS. And if you're an agency that does PCRs, you're going to see a similar product or layout that it has. So again, just starting on the top, you have the Save button, which you can choose to click, or again, as you move from page to page, it'll auto-save. Now this is being done on the desktop version, which means you're automatically saving it to the server. So by hitting save, you're saving that piece onto the server. And then every time you save after that, you're just simply updating NERIS form that you're working on. Print will give you a printed form of it, just like it would in the past. PDF, again, that's something that you can email. AI Assist, if you have it turned on for your agency, will be there. And that's something that you can utilize as well. And of course, close. Close is simply just going to take you right back to the incident page where we started off. Okay, so coming down the right side over here where it says worksheets, if your agency chooses to build out some worksheets, this is where you can label those. That is something that you can choose to do through your own agency, or if you need that help, you can always reach out to support@strac.org, and we can help you through the support team there. So some of the stuff that we have already built, mobile, if it happens to be something that's a mobile type accident or something that you're trying to capture that information in, we tried to give you everything that is known to be out there and gave space to where you can start to collect that information, as you can see here. It is important for some agencies to collect the VIN number, license plate, and things like that. So we went ahead and built out a worksheet that would allow you to do that. Okay, going below that, equipment, same kind of thing. We wanted to create a place where you could actually collect information about the equipment that might have been involved. And then of course, there's a notes section that you can have that in as well. So one of the things that we want to show you about these worksheets, don't forget, you can also ask to create different ones for your agency, but I wanted to show you how you can look up the ones that you've created. So in this, I have created a mobile and equipment. I simply just go up to the worksheets tabs up here. If I click on it, it will take me to where I've created those. And that's how I can keep track of where they are. Going to the bottom, again, you have your menu button and your validation tool. So the validation tool is a great way as we're stepping into this NERIS form, as you're learning it, just like you did before. What is required by NERIS is labeled in red, and then also the arrows will take you where you need to go. So For this, I'm just going to hit this first one just so we can see where it takes us to a different place in the form. So again, validation tool is a really good tool to help you move around as you move. Okay, I'm going to go back up to the warning page. And again, as you open this up, it's always going to bring you back to your preset values, or if another page is created here. In this case, we have a warning just simply giving you a message. That's our anchor page that we're going to start off from. You can hit the next button, and that takes us into what we call the preset values. So we can build out preset values for the fires and fire incidents that you have. And this is simply just a tool to help you pre-fill in some of the information to make it easier as you're filling out your NERIS form. So let's go ahead and start going down the left side here on our tabs, and we'll just take a look at what's there. So CAD Dispatch Center. So this is something that NERIS has asked, the dispatch incident number. I'm just going to make one as we go through, as we can take a look at what's going to do. Remember again, in this, you want to answer anything that's red because those are requirements by NERIS. And then as we go through it, your own agency may ask you to start requiring different things. Your agency can make those red as well. But for now, we're just looking at the things that NERIS has said as we're building out this form. There is other information that can be collected. If you wanted to add CAD comments, you can simply hit add and you can start typing. Or if you have a CAD, information can come in here as well. Dispatch times. So there is a lot of information here from your CAD or dispatch times. If you have a CAD system, a lot of this information will auto-fill in for you depending on how your CAD settings are. As of this recording, all the agencies that are using CADs have been set up to interact with the NERIS form to this point. Again, if there's other information that you'd like to put in there, feel free to reach out to the support team. So let's go ahead and walk through this. I'm just simply going to click the tools to make it answer so we can go ahead and solve this and get to 100, just so we can see what the form looks like. So again, I'm just going to put in information here. There is a note up here that was created. If a call received at dispatch or call to answer at dispatch are unknown, enter the call created at dispatch time or the earliest known time. So remember, this is one that has to be answered. And so that's why this note is up here for you. If you're unsure of the time, go back to the earliest time that you know of, so that way you can place it in there and that'll start you off. Dispatch location. Now we're starting to put in the information dealing with where we're going to. Again, if you have a CAD system, you can simply hit set dispatch address to incident address, and that'll get you there. If not, just follow the prompts and it'll kind of walk you through where you want to go. They did add extra information to be placed into your report if that's something that your agency feels that you would like to have, especially if you're an agency that has a lot of highway space or roads. Mile marker might make sense for you if that's something that you would like to collect. But again, in this case, I'm just going to go through so you can take a look at this form and kind of get a feel for what it looks like. So my street number, I'm just going to create, again, just a fake street and kind of go through. I'm simply going to select northbound just to keep it simple. And we still have the same lookup tool if we need to. Let's say that we know the postal code. You can just put that in and that'll drop down your option. Again, another really cool thing, if you get it from your CAD, can put in your latitude and longitude. If there was cross streets, you can simply add those and put that information in as well. So keeping moving down the side here, dispatch unit response. Now we can add our dispatch unit responses. Simply hit add, and now you can pick the unit that you have going. The call sign here, again, for your agency, this will be listed out according to what you have. And that way you can pick the correct one. So we're just going to hit engine 1 and start to go down. And these are the times for that. Again, if your CAD system is something that adds those times in for you, then you can simply have that put in. If it's something that you need to do manually, again, you have the tools here. You can simply just put those in for yourself. If you have a medical response, you can click add medical response. Now, again, this is not HIPAA information that we're trying to collect, so we're not looking at that, but it is information that can be brought in if that's something that you wish to collect in your NERIS form. This gives you the opportunity to do that, and that's simply add medical responses. Okay, so we're starting to go down and click out some of the stuff. We're turning things blue, which is what we want to do. We're answering the information that NERIS wants us to answer. And there's other information in there as an agency that you may wish to have put in as well. Let's go to our incident. And now you can start to step through and take a look at what we're looking at here. So as we come up to this, you can read the description above it, the primary incident type. You have your choices. You can do the drop down here, or you can do what I refer to as the double cheeseburger on this side, which makes it really easy and probably something that you're going to want to do in the beginning so you can get more familiar with where everything is. Okay, so as we come up to the incident actions taken, again, you have two different ways of looking at the information. You can do the straight drop down, or you can do the double cheeseburger that gives you this information over here, and you can start to pick out the information that you want. Again, it's just going to list it out for you, and it's going to have these nice, easy tools for you as you start to go through. And now I'm just picking the one that makes sense for what we're doing. Typical house fire. So again, if this information is something that you want to put in, go ahead and do it. As an agency, you can request that some of this be turned on. For the regional page, we're doing things more in a broad, what NERIS is expecting us to do primarily. But again, as a home agency, you can ask that some of these things be turned on for your agency specific. Incident times, again, we're coming through. I'm just clicking the time that allows us to go through it so I can show you the different times that you can collect. And as you can see, there's quite a few of them. Again, as an agency, these may be important to you. And as you utilize your CAD, some of that information can come through, or as you go through, you can document it as you want. So water on fire may be something you really want to know. Fire knocked down, another benchmark in your fire control as you're fighting the fire. Incident clear at the end. Again, I'm just going to click something so we can move through it and go down to the next one. So incident location. What is our incident location? So if it's the same as before, you can simply hit this and it drops in for us. If it is a different one, you can simply type that in. And as you can see, it grabbed everything that we put in previously along with the cross streets. So now we're down to incident location details, and we're starting to take a look at what they're asking us there. Again, the information that makes sense for your agency, please make sure to have your crews fill that out. We're just kind of going through and looking for what makes sense as we are looking for the different types of location type, what it might be, some of the different options that you have here. I'm going to pick residence, but you can see there's multiple choices. The primary use, what is this used for? Again, different types of drop downs that you can do. And as we start to look through, I'm sticking with the residential, and we can just go through here and pick which one it is. So attached single family dwelling. And as you start to learn some of the information or the way that they're describing things, you'll start to pick it up a little quicker. Location and use, we're going to say yes. And as you can see, things are opening and shutting as we're interacting with it as we go through. Yes, there was people present as we arrived. And let's say it displaced a family of 4. And people displace cause, you can start to do whatever that makes sense. So in this case, we're going to say fire. It's just showing you how you can document different things. Incident aid given or received. So if you have aid that is mutual or automatic, you can simply drop down and pick the one that makes sense for you. If multiple, you can give multiple. If it's not, you simply choose no and you move on. So it just depends on how your agency has it set up with the surrounding agencies. Is somebody automatically coming into your agency's area, or do you have mutual aid set up with other agencies to have them come in and help you? Unit response. So we can add our unit response. Again, what's our unit? I'm clicking engine 1 and just kind of going down the information and showing y'all what's in here. Again, we want you to go ahead and jump into these and play with them in the month of December, so that way you can get more familiar with it. Please remember, though, as NERIS is updating us, we'll be updating this form to get everybody on the same page to the most updated information that they kick out. Unit personnel. So in this one, again, it's just as a demo agency. So I'm just going to pick that. I'm going to hit OK. And we'll go ahead and add a different unit personnel Now, these would be the names of the people in your agency, of course. That's where this would be listed. And dispatch time, and cleared it out. So I am simply, as you can see, hitting the times so I can show you what the form looks like as we go through. Again, medical response times, if you had those, you could put those in. And I'm gonna hit OK. Now I'm back to fire. Fire primarily occurred. Again, you can see these things. So I'm gonna say structure. Again, we're sticking with the structure fire. I'm gonna click over here, and it's gonna start to show what kind of water supply I had. So I'm going to say a hydrant greater than 500 GPM. Was there a need for fire investigation? Yes, no. If I click yes, it's going to ask for the fire investigation. We'll go ahead and choose arson just to follow the structure fire model that we're building out. Okay, so structure fire, a little bit more questions about that because that's what we said we had. What did we have on first arrival? So we'll say structure involved. And remember, red is for nearest, so we have to go with those. Floor of origin was 1. Now we're going to come down fire room of origin. So we're going to pick where the room was and pick the most appropriate one. So we'll say the kitchen because there's a lot of kitchen fires that happen, especially over the holidays. Fire damage type, no damage, minor, moderate damage. Structure fire cause, again, we'll kind of come through here, look at it. Let's say that it was electrical, just to keep it simple as we're moving through. Systems risk reduction. Let's take a look at that. Are there any alarms present? So we're going to say yes, and it opens up different options for us as we choose. So again, as you can see in this platform, it is going along with us. So if we answer certain questions certain ways, it opens up other information for us to go ahead and fill in. Fire alarm presence, we'll say not present. If you do present, then it shows you different options. So you may actually have a carbon monoxide, natural gas, or other chemical detector. So moving down our narrative, I'm going to simply type in here that this is a test. I'm going to close that. Authorization, who's making the report? We'll say they are. Completed date, we'll say it's today's date. Now we're at 100. You can see that everything's filled out. Now that we've gotten a chance to go through the NERIS form, we just wanted to show you the basic layout that we're being asked to put together. Again, as NERIS updates its system, we will make sure to push out the updates to the form and to let all of our partner agencies know exactly what those changes are. Okay, so we're done with this. We're going to hit close, which is going to take us back to our incident page. Now let's say that we wanted to look that up, just like you did the NFIRS before. There will be a NERIS fire lookup, view existing, click your NERIS fire incident, and you can change your dates, the filter information, and you can see that this is the one that we just created. So if I wanted to go back in and look at it, I'd simply open it in a new window, and it'll load it back up for me to interact with it again. Okay, so going forward, we look forward to working with you. We appreciate your time watching this video, and we hope that it was helpful. Please, again, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to the support team at support@strac.org.